What is going on, y'all? Tech Me out here, and I am back with another monthly favorites episode. Actually, the first one for this year. I'm gonna link the last one that I did down below in the description box if you want to check it out. But ultimately, in this video, I like to talk about my favorites that I'm currently enjoying or that I have been enjoying over time, from tech items to non-tech items, movies, music, TV shows, shoes, all that good stuff. But enough of the intro. Let's go ahead and get into these items because I got some gems for you today. So this right here is something that I have personally been enjoying. I picked it up. I had no idea I was gonna like it as much as I do, but ultimately what it does is it projects like stars and like a nebula onto your ceiling. So I like to use this at night when I'm going to sleep because it's just calming and soothing, and I love astrology, I love stars, I love stargazing. So this kind of gives me a makeshift in-house experience of that, so to speak. But this one right here, you have so many features. So like when you take a look here along the back, we have 3 buttons, and this helps you control it, but it also comes with an actual remote control, which is my preferred method. So you can do things like adjust the brightness, you can change the speed of the nebula. I wanna say you can also increase the brightness of the stars, toggle the timer on or off between 45 or 90 minutes. And I think that's most of the controls on this remote here. But when you look at the Astronaut, you can actually just rotate his head the way you want it to go, and it magnetically attaches. So I thought that was pretty neat. I don't know, I've just really been enjoying my experience with it. It honestly surprised me. I thought it was gonna be like meh, but every time I show somebody this, they're instantly amazed. I feel like this will be great not just for kids, for maybe a movie room, your bedroom, parties, just so many different scenarios, but definitely one of my current favorites. All right, now moving on to my next favorite item. It has to be the diffusers that I've been using. So I actually have 2. So this one is by Vertuvi. I hope I'm saying the name right. The unique thing about this one is that it's cordless, so I can take this with me wherever I want. Whereas the other one, okay. Joe, I might have to eat some oatmeal or something. This is, oh my God. Your stomach now? Do we need a break? Whereas the other one, you have to keep it plugged in, but they're actually by the same company, Vertuvi. But along the back of both of them, you have the option to set a 4-hour timer, 8-hour timer, or turn the LED light on or off. And they also are both powered through USB-C, but I love using these throughout the day, when I wake up to kind of get my day started, at night to help me wind down, because scents truly do impact your mood. Like for example, when I go to bed, I like to use the eucalyptus oil mixed with a little bit of lavender, and I don't know, it just kind of helps me wind down, feel more calm, relaxed. Whereas in the morning, I like to use the orange scent. That just kind of makes me, I don't know, it energizes me. So different scents definitely impact my mood, I'll say. I know people have said it, but it was different to experience it. The thing about these 2 is that they don't hold a ton of water. So after I've gone through maybe an 8-hour session or 2 4-hour sessions, I have to put more water in here. So I'm definitely filling this up pretty much every day. The other thing I'll say, at least about this one, that I've learned the hard way with, is that you want to grab it from the bottom, because one day I was transporting this and I grabbed it from the top and it separated and all the water and oil just spilled everywhere, and I was already having a bad day, so that did not make it any better. Now this one does come with the cradle in which you can dock it on to charge it up via USB-C, whereas the other Vertuvi stone diffuser, that one is just powered through USB-C the entire time. Now they both come in a bunch of different color options. I will say they are not cheap. I actually debated buying these for quite some time because I'm like, what is so special about those diffusers versus the one over there that's $15? And I'm here to say I personally do not know. Even after owning them, it's just more of an aesthetic thing, I would say, than a feature thing. If anything, the other cheaper ones have more features because they have more timers. I don't regret my purchase, I'll say that. I'm still very happy and satisfied with them because they look good. I feel that the throw of the scents that I've been using have been pretty good. I personally like to place one currently like on my stair rail, and I find that I can smell it when I'm downstairs near the stairs, as well as throughout my entire upstairs when I'm not in a room. Like if I'm down the hall or I'm in my loft, then I can smell it. So the space that I'm currently in is probably about 20 by 12 feet, and it definitely covers the entire room. So little reference. But ultimately these right here, I would say these smell more luxury, more like a hotel. This is what you're gonna wanna put in maybe like your bathroom or a room that you entertain in. Whereas these scents to me are what I like to use predominantly to like wind down or start my day. Now this third item actually comes from the sponsor of today's video, and I'm so thankful that they did because I have been eyeing this product. And the product that I'm referring to is the Remarkable 2. So in essence, it uses e-ink technology to allow you to jot down your notes and sync them to your other devices so that you can access them pretty much from anywhere, which is something that I missed with traditional notebooks. You know, I'm into tech, so I'm more inclined to have my phone with me than a spiral notebook. Now, there are a couple of things that stood out to me about this in comparison to using like my other tablets, and that is the fact that this is specifically designed for note-taking, reading documents, and marking up documents. So something I'm starting to implement into my day is coming in here and writing out my task. I feel like writing it is going to just hit different than typing it. So the stylus here is known as the Marker Plus, and this particular one has an eraser on the end so that it really gives you a pencil-like experience. So that when you're writing, you can just flip it over and erase when you need to, which reduces the friction in getting your thoughts out. But I just love how thin it is in comparison to like an actual physical notebook, which sometimes might bend when you're trying to like write in your arm in scenarios when you're on the go. This is just like sturdy and comfortable to just sit here and write in. And the pen, it magnetically attaches. Students especially, I can only imagine having something like this in school. Instead of carrying around a bunch of different notebooks, I could just consolidate them all into here. And it feels very much like you're writing on paper, not just because of the look of things, but also the responsiveness of the pen with the paper. And I like the fact that it has built-in templates so that when I do want that notebook-like feel, plus on top of all of those things, the battery life appears great. Like I think they say it lasts up to 2 weeks. So I'm solid. Okay, now this next item is not a tech item, but it is an item that I have been loving because I have been eyeing these for so long and I finally got them. And they are the Fear of God California slip-ons. I have wanted these shoes. Like you can dress them up to an extent or down. Like I feel like these look great with sweats, jeans. I just feel like this is a great all-around shoe for the summer and the spring. And they're super comfortable. Like comfort-wise, I would say these are more like Yeezy slides. So you can wear them with or without socks, but I don't know, I feel like after I wore socks with these one time, this piece right here started to kind of like pop out a little bit. I didn't like that. So I think the socks might have been a little too thick. I just kind of like to go barefoot in these. All right, so this right here. This is my mirror bug. If you follow me on IG, then you probably saw me mention this a couple of weeks ago, but I actually got this a few months ago when I went to the launch event for the R1T truck. The truck was amazing. I actually did a video on it. I'll link it somewhere in here if you want to check it out. But this is one of the items that they gave us after the event. But I love the fact that this doesn't sweat, so it doesn't leave like the water rings or anything like that. It also keeps my drinks cold or hot, which I've been using this as my water bottle. So in my case, it's been keeping my drink cold. Plus, it's been nice to not have to feel that cold temperature on my hand on the outside as it is insulated, and the handle makes it just super easy for travel. So I've literally been pretty much taking this with me everywhere. The beautiful thing about it though is ensuring that I get my water intake for the day. Now this next one is really cute to me because this is a way to kind of like communicate with other drivers on the road when they do something nice, and that's to give them a thumbs up. So this actually sits in your rear window. It's powered with AAA batteries. Takes about 3 of them. It suctions onto the back window, and then you have a button that sits up front with you and actually connects to your vent. That when someone does something nice on the road, you can press this and it'll make the thumbs up button light up to thank them. So normally here in the States, a way that we thank people is to like, you know, throw a hand, like a little finger up in the rear view, you know, give them a little 2-finger thing like that, nod, something of that nature. Now you can use this instead. I'll go ahead and tell you they do have one as well for the middle finger. I'm just saying, but like, I don't know if I would advocate that one. I just feel like this might get somebody smiling at you. You might make somebody's day with this. You give them that middle finger, you might get somebody following you. So be careful. Now this next one here is one that I picked up for my phone, and it's a privacy screen protector, and it works pretty well. Like when I was looking for one, I wanted to get one that actually, you know, did a good job at reducing the viewing angles from my phone. And I will say this one so far does that. Plus on top of that, it covers the entire screen. Instead of cutting out for the notch up here, it just cuts out for the earpiece. So that's a nice little feature about it. So it covers the entire screen and it does a really good job at actually keeping the information up here a bit more private. Like there have been times where I've been out shopping and I needed to pull up a coupon, and it's funny because the person that's ringing me out was like, I thought your phone was off the entire time, and then they realized that I just had a privacy screen protector on it. Plus it doesn't adjust the color or look of things on your phone. As I know sometimes when you add things like this, it might shift that a little bit. With this one, I'll say it's hard to even tell that there's anything up here at all. One of the phones that I have been enjoying lately is the S22 Ultra. So this is one of the phones that Samsung has recently released. Oh my gosh, it has just been such a pleasure to use. And I've already done a review on it, which I'll link somewhere in this video as well as in the description box. But ultimately, there's a couple of things that I like about it. One of those things being the display up here. The display, Samsung never misses with their display. Like it always is just a pleasure to use, a pleasure to see. It's like a moment of satisfaction every time I unlock my phone. But I love the fact that with this one, the stylus is built inside. So it makes it super easy to use it for me as a Bluetooth remote when I'm grabbing photos and videos. Because this phone is to me like a powerhouse in so many different ways. The fact that you have that stylus built in on top of the camera, which is just phenomenal. The display just makes enjoying media that much better. And I love multitasking up here. I love the little split screen view when I'm watching YouTube and I might want to take notes about something or shop. I can do that efficiently up here. So yeah, if the S22 Ultra, if you've been eyeing this, I definitely say it's worth picking up or even checking out because I have been enjoying my experience with it thus far. Now, when it comes to movies and TV shows, one of the movies that I recently saw and enjoyed was True Story with Kevin Hart and Wesley Snipes. I heard about it before I saw it and I just heard like rave reviews, and I will say it lived up to the hype. And I was very impressed with Kevin Hart. Like he did really good. It was more of a serious role for him. Ultimately, the movie centers around Kevin Hart, Wesley Snipes, they're brothers. Kevin Hart is just kind of like always cleaning up his brother's mess. He is his brother's keeper, so to speak. And things just get out of hand and it just goes all the way left. I don't want to ruin it for you, which is why I'm trying to be very selective with my words right now, but it's one movie that I would say worth checking out. But TV show wise, I just finished up, I'm late to the party, don't judge me, but I just finished up season 6 of Power. I had watched all the other 5, I just really delayed watching season 6 because I was never in the mood to watch it. I'm glad that I finally did watch it because it was really good. So good that it actually led me to watching Ghost, which is the spinoff of that, or one of the series that are a spinoff to Power. And I went through all 2 seasons of that, and I'm ready for season 3.
But outside of those shows, another one that I'm watching is actually a comedy. But the show that I'm speaking of is Abbott Elementary, and it is hilarious. So it stars Quinta Brunson, and she nailed it. It basically takes like the approach of The Office in terms of documenting what teachers go through day to day at a public elementary school. And man, my mom's a teacher, or my mom's a retired teacher, and I had to show it to her, and even she loved it. But outside of those shows, the other thing that I have been using is this, YouTube screensavers. Okay, I don't know about y'all, but I'm the type, I like to sleep with the TV on, but I do not like the fact that sometimes it will wake me up in the middle of the night because the screen is just flashing in my face, you know, showing some type of TV show. They have different like cityscapes, like maybe a New York window looking out into the city. They even have an ocean one, let's see, and one that even has the moon, but this one right here is another one that I like. Now I'm gonna link these down for you below in case you do like it, but here's another one like just showing the ocean and then the sounds it'll have. You know, you can hear the ocean, so you can go to sleep like you're, you know, got the ocean in front of you. But yeah, it's real peaceful, and on top of that, it's like 8 hours. And then the other thing I use is the YouTube channel that, I think, yeah, SleepTube is what it's called, and they play delta waves at a certain frequency that trigger certain stages of sleep or help you enter or sustain certain stages of sleep. It just shows this animation on screen and this sound. And then it like coaches you on how to breathe to like calm yourself to get to a better state to enter sleep. I don't know. It's been nice. I can attest to having better sleep because of these 2 things that I do now. So I thought it was worth mentioning in conjunction with the shows.
Those are the movies and TV shows that I've been watching. Music-wise, I've just been on my Jasmine Sullivan kick. I have recently went to her concert and I'm just still kind of on that wave, but I was on a Jasmine Sullivan wave even before the concert, but I just can't get enough of her music. I can't get enough of her album. So she's been who I've been listening to the most lately. Outside of her, I'm an old school R&B type person, so I'm listening to a little bit of SWV, a little bit 702, Drew Hill, Boys to Men, that type of thing. But yeah, those are my favorite items that I have been enjoying most recently. I'm going to be doing another episode next month, so if you enjoyed this one, you already know what to do to that subscribe button down below and the like button. Of course though, as long as you feel inclined to. Now I'm gonna be in the comments section for a little bit after this video to chat with you all, but as always, thanks for taking the time out to let me tech you out. Thanks for taking the time out to tech. Oh, let's try it again. All right, I got it. Is it by the same company? It is for 2v2? Oh, I didn't. Yeah, they're both.